Have you heard about the unbelievable story of Buck? Hi guys, my name's Jake and today's long format is the untold story of Buck, the four-legged main character of The Call of the Wild by Jack London. You are invited to harness the power of your imagination to embark on a journey into the universe of the book. Close your eyes and let your imagination be your guide. In the heart of California's Santa Clara Valley, nestled among rolling hills and blossoming orchards, there lived a remarkable dog named Buck. He wasn't just any dog, he was a sturdy mix of St. Bernard and Scotch Shepherd, weighing in at a solid 140 pounds. Buck was the pride and joy of Judge Miller's estate, where he lived a life of luxury and comfort. Life on Judge Miller's estate was like a dream for Buck. He spent his days running through the lush meadows, basking in the warm sunshine, and receiving endless affection from the Miller family. Children laughed and played around him, and Buck felt like the luckiest dog in the world. But one dark night, everything changed. Manuel, the assistant gardener, desperate for money to settle his gambling debts, decided to do something unthinkable. He snatched Buck away from his home and sold him to a stranger. Buck found himself thrown into a world of uncertainty and fear. Buck's journey took him far from the familiar sights and smells of Judge Miller's estate. He was crammed into a crate and shipped off to Seattle, where he endured hunger, mistreatment, and loneliness. When he was finally released from his crate, Buck encountered a man known as the Man in the Red Sweater. This man taught Buck a harsh lesson in the law of club and fawn, using force to make Buck obey. Soon after, Buck was sold to Francois and Perrault, two French-Canadian dispatchers who were headed to the wilds of Alaska. Buck's life was about to change forever as he was trained to become a sled dog for the harsh Klondike region. Alongside his new companions, Spitz, Dolly, Pike, Joe, Billy, Teak, Kuna, Dub, Dave, and Solex, Buck learned the ways of the trail and the pack. Life on the trail was tough. Buck learned from his fellow sled dogs how to survive the freezing nights and the long journeys through the snow-covered wilderness. However, not all was well within the pack. Buck soon found himself locked in a bitter rivalry with Spitz, the lead dog. Spitz was cruel and domineering, and Buck knew he had to stand up to him. In a fierce battle for dominance, Buck emerged victorious, becoming the new leader of the sled team. Under Buck's leadership, the sled team pushed on, completing their rounds along the Yukon Trail and delivering their dispatches with speed and efficiency. But their journey was far from over. The Canadian government had new orders for Francois and Perrault, and soon the team was sold to a Scotch half-breed man who worked for the mail service. Life with the mail service was grueling. Buck and his companions were pushed to their limits, hauling heavy loads through treacherous terrain. As the days passed, Buck's strength and resilience grew, but so did the dangers of the trail. The group encountered a trio of stampeders, Mercedes, Charles, and Hal, who were ill-prepared for the harsh realities of the wilderness. Ignoring warnings and advice, they overloaded their sled and mistreated their dogs, leading to disaster on the trail. It was during this tumultuous time that Buck met John Thornton, a kind-hearted man who saw the worth in Buck's soul. Thornton became Buck's beloved master, and together they formed a bond that transcended words. Under Thornton's care, Buck flourished, his wild spirit tempered by love and kindness. But fate had other plans in store. Thornton's life was threatened by a malicious man named Burton, and Buck's instincts kicked into overdrive. With a swift and decisive move, Buck protected his master, earning a reputation as a fearsome and loyal companion. As time went on, Buck and Thornton became inseparable. Buck proved his worth time and time again, demonstrating his strength and devotion to his master. Yet, tragedy loomed on the horizon. Thornton and his companions were ambushed by a group of Native Americans, and Buck was forced to confront a reality he had hoped to avoid. In a desperate bid to protect his master, Buck unleashed his primal instincts, fighting off their attackers with a fierce determination. But the battle took its toll. Thornton and his companions were lost, leaving Buck alone in a world that no longer felt like home. With a heavy heart, Buck turned his gaze to the wild, feeling the call of his ancestors echoing through the wilderness. He knew his journey was far from over. Thanks for watching. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, like, share and comment.